you agree that your opinion is just as valid as anyone else's? Makes sense, right? I'm going to talk to you today about tolerance and why I believe that it has led to the persecution of Christians. So the actual definition of tolerance, according to the New World Dictionary, is the willingness to recognize and respect the views and beliefs of others. Now, recognizing and respecting does not mean that you agree with them. It simply means that you are aware of the other party's differences. For an example, maintaining professionalism with someone you work with whose beliefs and practices you disagree with would be an example of tolerance. Regardless of someone's opinion on a subject, the truth is still the truth. For an example, if I say the sun is black, and then you say the sun is green, are we both correct? Is my truth my truth? Is your truth your truth? The truth still stands, and in this case, the sun is yellow. So what I just explained to you is the New Age definition of tolerance, which says all opinions, beliefs, values are equal and valid. A gentleman by the name of Gregory Koukl wrote an article in 2003 about a speech he gave to a group of high school students. During that speech, he wrote down a couple of sentences. I'd like to show you those if I could. The first one says that all views are equal in merit, and none should be considered better than the other. Now, after he wrote this first statement, he could see the group of students shaking their heads in agreement. Then he wrote this second statement. Jesus is the Messiah, and Judaism is wrong for rejecting it. As soon as he wrote this second statement, students began to raise their hands in disagreement. They felt that this second statement violated the first one and was therefore an example of intolerance. Soon they realized that this statement here was just a support of the above. All views are equal in merit, and none should be considered better than the other. So by default, this statement is equal to anyone else's. Jesus is the Messiah, and Judaism is wrong for rejecting it. But why were the kids confused at first? What brought about this confusion? New tolerance makes things appear contradictory. It creates confusion. Society has categorized Christians as being intolerant. But in fact, society is intolerant of Christians. They say we are morally and ethically wrong for taking stands against things like abortion and gay marriage. Just recently, Dan Cathy, the president of Chick-fil-A, made his statement saying that he was against gay marriage. Next thing you know, people everywhere that opposed his opinion were planning to boycott his establishment. We Christians have been asked not to pray in public, to avoid praying in our schools and our works situations. We've been told not to say Merry Christmas because it will offend somebody. But I'm offended. We Christians need to be offended because we're being asked to change our beliefs and our practices to accommodate others. I'm encouraging people everywhere to take a stand and remember the true meaning of tolerance, which is to respect the views of others, of all men, and stop the persecution of Christians. Thank you.